always they leave it out. They leave that way out of the picture. They'll talk negatively about something, but it's never about who's doing this.
Now they can't do that,
No,
bro.
that's my point. That's why we're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah, no, they can't do it, bro. To save their job, they can't do it.
I know. I get it. That's what I'm saying. We're a society of hush money. We've always been. We're a society of hush money. We'll let the noose go right around our own necks as long as you pay us well enough. So we deserve everything we get.
Brave, I was going to ask you, or Universal, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
How here in New York, there was a lady that was on the stream, and she said she voted for Cuomo. She was Italian herself, so she said she voted for her ethnic brethren. Still, she was outnumbered here. How is it in Minneapolis? Are the whites saying, hey, we need to close ranks, or are they saying, hey, we're going to vote for the socialists?
Well, I think that the whites are going to vote for the socialists for sure in Minneapolis. What's happening politically are people are starting to focus more on where they live than the bigger city, and people are moving out of Minneapolis to getting the hell out of there, and they're going to the first and second ring suburbs. So, St. Paul's no better. For folks who are familiar with the areas, the Twin Cities, we have Minneapolis and St. Paul. St. Paul's just as bad, and you're seeing a version of white flight take place. Another thing that's happening, John, and we've talked about this on your channel a few times, is this concept of 15-minute cities. So they're building like these complexes in the downtown areas that are too damn expensive for most people to live in. So they're pushing out, your typical, what I would say, average type of folks. Those folks are going to the suburbs, and they're going to bring in a class that can afford these extremely high luxury condos in these 15-minute cities. And I don't know where that leaves the Negroes, but that's what I'm noticing that's happening in both areas, because they're putting up these new apartment complexes like no tomorrow. They're all over the place.
This might be a topic of interest. You and Brave here in New York, they were drawing school district lines, and they drew a line. Let's say 65th Street. And you're on one side of 65th Street or the other, but you're still on 65th. Well, it excluded, say, the rich people.
Mm-hmm.
And the rich people raised the stink, say, hey, we're paying all this money, and you about to put us in school, our kids in school with the public housing kids. And as they build these 15-minute cities, I think the schools are going to have to come along, because, again, they do suffer the tragedy of the commons. Once you introduce some ghetto kids, let me back up a second. My kid came home the other day. You know what he said to me, to his sister? He said the word cap.
Yeah.
Now, Universal knows, Brave probably, what the hell does that mean? Like a hat?
No, I know what it is. I never say it, and I tell people, stop saying it.
Right.
It's called a goddamn lie.
Yeah.
Right. And I've never used that term. And I think that is what people will pay to keep their children from.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And that kind of black influence on culture is very
look at the way the word pause caught on, John.
right. Yeah.
Everybody's got to say pause, so they don't get associated with being a queer.
Right.
And I'm going, don't you kind of think that just gives that momentum when you're in other words, you're guilty until proven innocent?
Right. Yeah, I never
say something and you got to say pause.
Right. Yeah.
No, that's our society's done. We're over, man.
Yeah. And even to add to Brave's point and respond to you, John, you can keep it away from the schools, but they're still going to get some of that socialization through the media. Look at the big streamers, the Kai Cenats, all these people, they all talk like that.
Yeah.
So the black culture has infested every damn thing. Yeah. It's just how much of it are you going to latch onto where it becomes destructive in your life?
Yeah. Yeah. It is very interesting.
What always pissed me off 30 years ago, I said that what pisses me off about white people, that they have fun with black culture, and then they stop and they carry on with their adult responsible lives. But what happens is while they're having fun, they're perpetuating that filth. And guess who's the victim? Other innocent young black people that are completely tore the hell up by that culture. And I always say, thank you, Whitey, for adding legitimacy to this culture that's going to rip apart most of the rest of the black people's culture. You filthy white bastards. In other words, just stop playing with it. It's too destructive now. But you'll see white people pause. Jesus Christ.
You know, Brave, I played a clip early, Universal.
But you always notice they always step back before they go over the cliff and go on with their little lives.
You know, Brave.
The blacks are the ones that go right over the edge.
Well, it brings me to this point, and I'm glad Universal is up here. Brave, I played a clip earlier of an African that worked at Whole Foods here in DC. And he said, man, I see these white people living lives of leisure, and I don't understand how they have money to pay their bills. And Universal is probably in one of those cities where you see white women walking up and down the street with yoga pants on in the middle of the fucking day. Like, how in the hell they afford to live in this nice neighborhood? You know what I mean, Universal?
I mean, if it wasn't raining, I'll put the camera on my outside right now. Dogs, women, and kids outside. Yeah.
The African wondered out loud, Brave. How do the white people do it? He was from Africa. I don't know what part, but it was an amazement to him. Like he is to live the life of leisure like that. You got to toil, and so being aside whites, he's like, how the hell do y'all do that? And so anyway, here's a classic example. I've told you about this. Universal. I don't know if you've seen this. I want you to listen to this white guy.
My man, why no shoes on?
It's fun.
It's fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, pull it back a little bit. So you don't wear shoes in the city?
Nope.
No shoes, never. In the subway, nowhere.
Funerals and weddings.
Huh?
Funerals and weddings.
That's the only time you wear shoes.
Karen. There is a
What do you think about that?
It is a very interesting thought.
Yeah. Would you be willing to get barefoot out here?
I heard there's benefits of it. I'm conditioned for it.
Have you ever had an infection from being barefoot out here?
No.
You never had an infection? Can you put your feet up so the camera can see? So you walk around.
Well, let me see one more time.
Okay. Damn. Has any glass ever gotten in your feet?
Yeah.
And what did you do? You went to the hospital?
No, they're tough enough that I just like walk over it now.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Do you try to avoid it or you don't even look down anymore?
I look down a little bit. I avoid the big pieces, but if it's dust, it doesn't matter.
No shit. So how long have you been walking barefoot? Really? Wow. It's a way
That him and his buddy used to walk around town, just walk on glass. I thought, I don't think they're hard.
Yeah. It's so what do you do? Where are you coming from?
Coming from home, just wandering around.
What do you do around here? Do you work?
No.
You don't work?
No, not right now.
How do you live around here?
I live at home right now.
You live with your parents?
Yeah.
In what you say, Tribeca?
House kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen. And what do your parents think about your lifestyle? You know,
Coming in?
they never.
Us.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
So what do they think
In the
about?
winter time, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So fucking.
Since last winter.
Yeah.
What do your parents do?
I guess software.
Oh, they do software.
Yeah.
And are they pushing? Could you go do software with them? Do
I
they
studied
own-
computer science.
So you studied computer science. Did you graduate?
I dropped out.
What college did you go to?
Cornell.
Wow, so you're pretty smart, aren't you?
Thank you.
And so you dropped out. Why?
Um, I guess I decided I wanted a different life.
You know what's sick about that? You know what's sick about this motherfucker? If I was man to man with him, I'd say you're a sick motherfucker. You know why? I don't blame you for wanting something different than what your parents did. What the fuck you doing living at home, you piece of human shit?
Brave.
Talking about a different talking about a different lifestyle. You mean you're a fucking mooch, a piece of shit, and you're saying you want a different lifestyle? Okay, okay, your parents threw you out. Now, what lifestyle you gonna go after, you stupid fucker?
Brave. I would agree with you, Brave. I would agree with you. You know, I definitely would agree
Yo,
with
Brave,
you.
what's up, man?
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though, Brave. Let me see if I can play this little clip for you, Brave. Oh, yeah, I got it, Brave. This.
I'm homeless.
Oh no shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Where do you want to live if you could live anywhere? Where would you live in New York?
homelessness is the way to go.
Yes.
Is that right? Why you say that?
Because
Yes.
you don't have to pay for. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yes, he's used to it.
And it's free. That's a nice spot to like come and party at. But
Right.
that's about it. Like,
Right.
what am I doing there? Watching TV? No.
Right.
And I used to play a lot of video games. I was a heavy video gamer.
Right.
Brave, this nigga got a bra on.
That
So
was
you got a place to play video games then.
no. That was before. That's like at least 6 years ago.
And
Right,
horns
right.
in his head.
Yeah, I haven't played a video game since. But I used to go to video game tournaments. I used to go to fighting games.
So what's in this?
And so I say that all to say, Brave, like, these blacks see this white boy walking around here with no shirt on, barefoot. They don't know the level of wealth in this city. That white boy rich. He could fuck off 5 years of his life. He went to Cornell. He clearly was smart enough to go there. He's a white boy that can
Life
fuck
is
off.
easy when you get handouts,
You get what I'm
right,
saying?
John?
Hold on. University, you get what I'm saying with this, right?
Yeah.
That white boy can fuck off 5 years and like walk around barefoot, and then tomorrow he could turn it on.
Just snap back. Yeah.
That's right. I understand. There are levels to the game. That man live in Hell's Kitchen. It's expensive as hell.
Yeah, it's
His parents
expensive.
got
When he
money.
said that, I was like, oh shit.
Parents got money, Brave. The blacks don't understand that. The white folks done built the foundation for their children's children. In some cases, not all. But for the ones that done, it's so it's levels to it, Brave.
Oh
And
yeah,
all the blacks see is this homeless.
I've been around a lot of legacy wealth, my friend. I've seen it.
Mm-hmm. But this is on the extreme, Brave, because he's side by side with blacks. Almost every black I've interviewed, Brave, was homeless.
That's why I say that's why blacks, when blacks take it personally, they're stopping the rest of the society from looking into something that is now out of hand. But we still don't get to look into it, even though it's very destructive. Nope, can't say nothing because you're going to offend some other black guy that because he's living his life. No, we're screwed, man. There's one group of people fucking this country up. Can't say a damn thing about it. Look at that stupid white bastard that lives with his parents. He ain't out there shooting. He ain't out there shooting up the streets. He ain't out there fucking talking all kinds of stupid shit other than in his own mind. That piece of shit is just going home and being a bum. That's not what's happening in the black culture. The black culture youth that are wayward are really way wayward out of their fucking minds.
It
That's
ain't
what
just
makes me
you,
sick
Brave.
about. That's what makes me sick about that white kid that sets it up as like, hey, whites do it too. I'm going, oh, thank you very much, you white piece of shit. You know, these people don't understand, like this guy that was laughing about being homeless. It doesn't matter. They don't understand their obligation to feed themselves. That doesn't sink in. If you just tap into that, it'll make you behave.
Well, Brave, the white man has created a system where you don't have to work and can live.
No, the white man didn't create that system, John.
I mean, the welfare system, the social service
Okay. Yes,
network.
you're correct. You are correct.
They
Yes.
didn't create that, right? It was black people did not create. And
We all know that was created by Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah, that's who did it. Yeah, that's Lyndon B. Johnson. That's the culture.
He basically said we'll have those hidden worms eaten out of our hands for the next 200 years.
Whatever the case may be, this was bigger than one man. This is
That's
bigger
that goddamn plantation thing,
This is
John.
one man talk, man. This is he didn't create this shit by himself. He was just the man that signed off on it.
Right. Yeah.
And rising tide, it lifts all boats.
Congress created it.
But it drowns.
They wanted to keep the black people in place. That's why they did it.
I don't know, but I know a rising tide, as they say, lifts all boats. But in some cases, they can drown people. They can't keep their head above water, and I think that is what's happening here in America. And For some of the blacks, it's very difficult to deal with.
Wait a minute. Is the other guy not aware that welfare exists in other parts of the world? Why would they do it specifically for Blackistan?
Say that
It
again.
happens in other places. No, I said welfare exists in other places in the world. So why would they do it specifically for Blackistan?
Because that's that plantation thing. You gotta stay on the plantation and vote the plantation because they're gonna give you the money, right? Instead of
But
you
it's not
making
exclusive
you
to them. It's not
earn it
exclusive to them.
yourself.
Yeah, that's very
It's
true.
not exclusive to them. Everybody can get it, right? It's not exclusive to them.
But they are probably the
Well,
most dependent upon it, and that is where we sit here
per
today.
capita,
I think,
yeah.
you know, as Brave said, the bigger problem is not the welfare people. I mean, you know, you can easily contain them. I think it's the mindset of the people that the blacks that look at, you know, their neighborhoods and somehow can criticize Be Brave neighborhood and not be able to see the distinct difference. You know, let's say it's Stanley and Be Brave, more or less they're on the same level. They're within shooting distance of each other. But Stanley can't go live in an all-black neighborhood. Brave can go live in an all-white neighborhood within his price range and live peacefully.
Yep.
That is what I think blacks should strive for. Clean up the trash. That's the low-hanging fruit.
John, I've always said if there's one thing blacks need to do, they need to stop blaming whitey and look how the white trash functions so well still at the bottom.
Yeah.
They won't do that. They won't do it. It's spooky because there's a lot of black trash at the bottom that are good, fine people that are having their black trash world tore up. White trash people don't tear up other white trash's world.
They may be incapable of solving
eugenics can help with that. Eugenics can help with that shit.
You know, they may be incapable of solving the crime and violence. Just mentally, they may not be able to function without, you know, reflexively killing somebody.
Oh yeah, no, the gene pool now is maybe beyond repair. Like I said, 30 years ago, it started where indiscriminate black women got horribly looking and fat, and the only people that would have children with them are the retard men. And now that may be out of hand now. There's hundreds of thousands of babies born to these people that should not be making babies. I think go look at the black inner city schools. CT tried to do a show on that yesterday, black inner city schools. Mm-hmm. Every black man, he had all black panel. Nope, they didn't talk about that issue. They tried to point out to where CT wasn't a good teacher. Blew my fucking mind.
I mean, most of these blacks probably didn't be in school beyond 6th grade, in my opinion. Once they can read and write, they need to learn how to work.
Yeah. I've always said that. I agree, John. I've always said that myself included, I quit in the 6th grade. I said there's a lot of young people, they don't need school anymore.
No, they
get them into something else. Stop it. Stop that A through F bullshit. Because a lot of young people, myself included, don't give a shit about it. Now move on with something that we can get into as far as things that we need to learn.
I mean, you know, it makes them think that, you know, they can make a living with their mind. Many people can't.
Oh, yeah,
can make a living with their God-given hands and legs.
That's all you got as a common man. That's all you got, first and foremost.
And, you know, Brave, I talked about this on earlier in the week. And I use it as a teaching example for my son, guys. If you're still here, I'll show it to you here. I took my son to a barbershop, the black barbershop, 1:45 p.m. Brave. Now, one black was at work. Only a black woman in there braiding hair. Then I took him around the corner, and this is in the ghetto, Brave, in the black neighborhood. And look at all these men cutting hair. Playing their music that's you know, not offensive to children. So I took my son here to a Dominican barbershop. You can see it's Dominicans cutting the hair of the blacks. And this woman right here in the mirror, she has a baby in her arms. I thought she was just there with the baby, like, you know, maybe one of her boyfriends was cutting hair. a black man came up and she put that baby down. She started cutting his hair. And this is in the ghetto, Brave. The blacks can't even do this.
John, I always said as a young man, I said, I'm a bottom feeding loser, but I operate the meanest motherfucking shovel God ever put in a man's hands. When it comes to doing labor, when it comes to give me a shovel, I'll move some dirt. That's what I'm good at.
Is that what you did when you dug that outhouse, B-Bird?
Damn right.
Moving the shovel.
Guys, I gotta
have
get
an
ready to get out
outhouse
here.
too, so I'm not downgrading you, bro.
I know you.
He thinks it's an outhouse. See you later, John.
Hey, yeah, guys, I gotta get out of here. Last words, be brave. Go ahead. Let me
Yeah, John. I was over on CT's a little bit ago, and this always reverts back to when people are trying to talk about these fucking these black actions that are trash, and there's so many blacks that are trash in their minds. You've got all these blacks that are taking that personal, and they're standing in the way of the rest of society of just discussing this issue. You can't even discuss it.
Brave, did you see how nasty my neighborhood was compared to yours?
I know it.
That's because of the demographic, John.
John, I can go all around my city. Sometime I'll do it when you're on, and I'll hook my phone up and I'll get on your stream. I'll ride around. I'll go to the very worst parts of this town. And I guarantee you, the only place you'll see anything is where the mobile homes are at, and it'll be in the yards. You know what's not in the streets? Garbage, litter.
I heard you say you had a festival downtown. It was, no problems.
Oh, the festival was right under my windows in another small town I lived on. It was all you heard was the carnival. No screaming, nobody. When I went down there and I walked around it, John, there were nothing. Half of that crowd was white trash, John. I can spot white trash a mile away, dude. I'm telling you, half of that crowd was white trash. Nothing but well-behaved kids and everybody peacefully having a good time.
Did you hear the rich white man on my stream? He said, just like the poor white trash neighborhood, he'd never heard any gunshots either.
No, that's why I implore black people, get out of the way of people. Nobody's talking about you, the good blacks. We're talking about blacks that are ripping the shit out of the culture. If the shoe fits, put it on. But right now, there's no other way to say this. There's one group really throwing fucking up this culture. Inner cities, everywhere you go. One group. Talk to you later, John.
What's up, Ivan?
John.
Oh, yeah.
John,
Well, my final comment is get rid of the problematic Blakistanis need to be deported somewhere in Liberia or Sierra Leone and be replaced with Mexicans who are hardworking, decent people. That's
I'll
my
take
final
that trade.
comment.
I'll take that trade.
Okay, have a good one, gentlemen. I still got a pool party to finish here.
I have a universal finish off, but 12th man, go ahead. What's your last word?
Well, I know that these people in Anchorage and all they do is sit around and eat, and they got all these kids, so I know what they're living off of, right? Food stamps, right? They can't, and their affordable housing and all that shit, man.
All right.
I ain't got time for those motherfuckers, man.
All right, 12th man. Universal, man, we got so many topics we need to cover in the next
Yeah,
couple
man.
of days.
We got to get something on the schedule for sure. There's a lot happening right now, and I think the best way for black folks to move is we have to get rid of the idolatry and focus in on just getting better. White supremacy may be a problem, but it ain't the biggest problem in our lives. But it's hard for some people to realize that we focus too much looking out the window and not enough looking in the mirror. So
we got the 44-year-old one that had the baby. She's still single. The lack of black culture, food, language. Man, a lot of interesting topics we could cover.
Yeah. You have a pretty attractive 40-year-old woman who's still open to having children. We haven't even talked about that one.
Yeah. Her name is Tuesday. Still open there.
The club's going up on a Tuesday.
Man, I got to get out of here. It's always a pleasure, Universal. Man, we have to talk behind the scenes. And
absolutely.
All right.
Take care, John. Take care, everybody. Peace.
Hit the like button, guys.
Dude, I want you to be as smart as I am. Motherfucker, give me a... Dude, I want you to be as smart as I am. Motherfucker, give me a... Dude, I want you to be as smart as I am. Motherfucker, give me a... Dude, I want you to be as smart as I am. Motherfucker, give me a specific... Dude, I want you to be as smart as I am. Motherfucker...
Come on out, you rapist!
Dude, I want you to be as smart as I am.